Welcome to The Solo Investor. You may have heard about a side hustle or a small business, but what about a startup? Can you tell them apart? What's the difference between a startup, a small business, and a side hustle? You hear these words thrown around all the time, but they're not the same thing. Today, we're going to break it all down with real-life examples and a few questions to help you figure out what they are and maybe which path is right for you. Let's begin with 3 different scenarios that capture the spirit of modern entrepreneurship. Picture this. 3 college roommates in Seattle are building a voice-activated language app. They're bootstrapping their project with student loans, working between classes and internships, and spending late nights pitching the idea in competitions. Their dream? To revolutionize how people learn new languages worldwide. In Tokyo, Japan, a former teacher opens a mobile tutoring business. She drives to students' homes after school hours, builds personalized learning plans, and gets referrals through word of mouth and local school events. She's looking to expand and maybe even hire a second tutor soon. Meanwhile, in Bombay, a graphic designer with a full-time job runs an online shop selling minimalist resume templates, managing the orders on weekends. She creates content on Instagram to drive traffic and earns enough to pay off one of her credit cards last month. All 3 are entrepreneurs, but their paths, motivations, and goals are very different. Can you tell which one is the startup, the small business, and the side hustle? Trying to answer this question, we must note that sometimes these 3 things can overlap and evolve from each other. One can start a side hustle that can evolve to small business or even to startup. They are not mutually exclusive events because the goals and motivations change with each success or failure in the category. Let's talk about startups. Now, a startup isn't just a trendy term thrown around in tech circles. It's a very specific kind of business. A startup is built for rapid growth. It's not about slow and steady. It's about scale, fast. Startups are usually born from big ideas, a brand new app, an innovative piece of technology, or a service that changes how people live or work. Think Uber, Airbnb, or even that fintech app that lets you split rent with your roommates in 2 clicks. These companies didn't just fill a gap, they redefined how things were done. But here's the thing. Startups are not for the faint of heart. They come with high risk, but also the potential for high reward. Most startups don't bootstrap their way to success. They're fueled by outside money, angel investors, venture capitalists, and sometimes friends and family who believe in the dream. And the lifestyle? Let's just say it's not your average 9 to 5. Founders often work long, intense hours. There are pitch decks to create, features to launch, bugs to squash, and endless cups of coffee to survive it all. It's a full-time commitment, and then some. So if your idea involves scalable technology, a market that can grow fast, and you've got a hunger for building something world-changing from the ground up, you're not just starting a business. You're starting a startup. Now let's shift gears and talk about small businesses. Unlike startups, which chase rapid growth and industry disruption, a small business is built on something different: stability. It's not about reinventing the wheel. It's about making sure the wheel turns smoothly day after day. Small businesses are the backbone of local economies. They don't need to go viral or raise millions in funding. They need happy customers, reliable service, and steady income. Whether it's a family-owned bookstore, a neighborhood cleaning service, or a solo-run digital marketing agency, the goal is the same: build something solid, sustainable, and personal. Most small businesses are self-funded, maybe with a little help from savings, a business credit card, or a local loan. They tend to operate in a specific community or niche, and the owner is usually very hands-on. In fact, the business often is the owner. Their vision, their hustle, their relationships. And here's the thing. Small businesses may not be chasing millions, but they're chasing something arguably more meaningful: independence. The ability to be your own boss, to set your hours, to serve your community on your own terms. So if you dream of opening a coffee shop, managing your own salon, or building a consulting firm with your name on the door, you're not building a startup, you're building a small business, and there's nothing small about that impact. Finally, let's talk about the modern-day MVP of financial flexibility, the side hustle. This is where many people start their entrepreneurial journey. Side hustles are part-time, often passion-driven ventures that help you earn extra income without quitting your day job. They're low risk, low cost, and incredibly flexible. You can start a side hustle from your couch on a weekend, whether that's freelancing on Fiverr, selling print-on-demand merch, offering resume services, or flipping vintage finds on eBay. What makes a side hustle unique is that it's designed to fit into your life, not take it over. You're not managing employees or writing investor updates. You're managing your time and hopefully growing your money. Many side hustles are solo operations. They're launched with personal savings, zero overhead, and a whole lot of DIY spirit. And here's the best part. A side hustle can stay part-time forever, or it can evolve into a full-blown business or startup if it gains traction. You're in control. So if you've ever thought, I just want to make a little extra cash, or I wonder if people would pay for the skill I have, you're already thinking like a side hustler. The barrier to entry is low, but the opportunity? That's up to you. Because whether it's to pay off debt, save for a trip, or explore your creativity, a side hustle isn't just a gig, it's your foot in the door of entrepreneurship. Let's make the comparison even clearer with the following table. So now that we've explored the personality of each path, startup, small businesses, and side hustles, let's put them side by side. Because while they all fall under the umbrella of entrepreneurship, how they operate and what they aim for couldn't be more different. Startups are the rocket ships. They're fueled by ambition, innovation, and usually outside funding. These are the businesses designed to scale fast, disrupt entire industries, and chase massive returns. But with that comes long hours, high stress, and a lot of risk. Small businesses are the dependable engines of our economy. They serve real customers, solve everyday problems, and focus on consistency over chaos. They grow at their own pace, sometimes slowly but with purpose, and they often reflect the identity and values of the people who run them. And then we have side hustles, the entrepreneurial test labs. These are built around flexibility and freedom. You don't need a business degree or a 10-year plan. Just a skill, a tool, and a few spare hours a week. It's a chance to try something out, build confidence, and maybe even discover a future full-time path. So, startup founders are swinging for the fences. Small business owners are building a legacy. Side hustlers, they're stacking wins one gig at a time. Here's the big question. Which one is right for you? Choose a side hustle if you want flexibility and quick wins. Go with a small business if you want control, community, and long-term growth. Aim for a startup if you're chasing innovation and willing to take big risks for big rewards. It all comes down to your goals, your risk tolerance, and the lifestyle you want to create. So, are you team startup, small biz, or side hustle? Let me know in the comments. And if you're ready to start your journey, hit like, subscribe, and follow for weekly tips on building income streams and financial freedom. Thanks for watching.